So my main topic actually is kind of going off of the Mike Campbell theme we got going on here.
Okay.
He did an interview and he was talking about, I think he was doing some songs with George Harrison, and
George Harrison.
I know, such a unique guy,
Man,
unique name.
This guy never played with anybody.
So anyways, he was talking about how he was playing the slide part. I found it on YouTube. I don't even remember who interviewed him, but he was talking about the slide part, and I realized, because he demonstrated him playing the slide part and it didn't sound right, so he had George do it. And the dude was using his thumb when he was playing slide. Now, you always see somebody going over the fretboard with the thumb, right?
Yeah.
That's usually the go-to. Like, you see Tommy Emmanuel, John Mayer, like, there's Greg Koch, like, a lot of people will use the thumb over the fretboard to just have more fingers to be able to do some stuff down low.
Yeah.
But he was using his thumb when he's playing slide to, I guess, deaden the note.
Huh.
And I was like, I've never seen that.
Now, was he using it also to like hit root notes with it at the same time while he was playing some slide stuff?
Not based on this interview.
Okay.
But I was like, maybe there's more to the thumb than I realized.
There definitely is. This is something I've messed with fairly recently that I struggle with.
What?
I struggle with it. Well, my problem is, like, I get around. Now, obviously not slide. I'm not a slide player.
No.
But anytime I go to add my thumb in with anything else I'm playing, I struggle with this, because my hands are not that big.
Okay.
So you meet some guitar players, and their hands... I met Steve Vai one time, and I know that Joe Satriani has got the album Surfing with an Alien.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was talking about Steve Vai. Because that dude's fingers are so long.
Yeah, they are.
His hand is huge.
He should have been a piano player.
I shook his hand and it wrapped around twice, you know? Okay, maybe not. But his hand was huge. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, I understand why he can get some of these stretches and some of these crazy contortions he can do with his fingers.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to play some of this stuff with my thumb over, and if I've got a guitar with a neck that's very substantial, I struggle first off.
Sure.
This neck is a little bit smaller, kind of mid-size, and I can get my thumb up around it. However, when I do that, a lot of times I struggle with keeping the notes in tune.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm working so hard to get my thumb up
make
there.
it sharp.
All those notes are sharp.
Yep.
And then it's awful.
Right.
Like, no good. If you're not in tune, it's a bad day.
Mm-hmm.
So I really struggle with this. You do better with this than I do. For years, I was always against putting my thumb over the top.
Yeah.
I think that...
You thought you were cheating.
I kind of thought it was cheating, and I didn't understand, really the reasons for it.
Right.
I was in a different mindset guitar playing wise in general. But now that I've kind of changed that, I'm starting to play with it, but I fight it. So what's some entries that we can get into, like, using our thumb? Because you are much better at
songs or what
just
to do.
general techniques, some tips.
All right. So my biggest tip: start with an acoustic.
Okay.
Don't mess with an electric.
Really?
Yep.
Because the string tension?
Right. Because you've got more flexibility with an electric. You're always going to go sharp. But also you got to get used to having your thumb on that string. Like, I always started with, I don't know if you've heard the song by John Mayer, and I know not everyone's a Mayer fan, but he has a song, Why Georgia?
Yeah.
And he uses his thumb in it. And that's kind of what started kind of my thumb journey with the guitar. That's really weird to say. My thumb journey.
My thumb journey. Okay.
Do you remember Spy Kids where they had the thumbs?
That was after my time.
There needs to be a logo right here of the thumbs.
Oh.
The Spy Kids, their faces were thumbs. You don't remember that?
No, Spy Kids were after me.
So I think this whole slogan for this segment needs to be Attack of the Thumbs.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, all right. So you use your thumb. I would say start with an acoustic because you're going to get used to having your finger hit the string, getting used to the vibration. Because you're right. Like, when you first start, it feels totally unnatural. And I think at first you're going to do that.
Yeah, I'm doing that a bunch.
But, like, honestly, you get super used to it. And the big thing is, like, I think people, when they bring their thumb up, they almost automatically, because their thumb goes, like, a little crooked, is they hit the fret. So you almost got to go back a little bit. You almost got to go back a little bit. So you start with an acoustic, you get used to it. Then, when you feel more comfortable, then you move to an electric, and then you'll have a little more like control over that thumb when you move to an electric.
Okay.
I don't know.
Start with an acoustic.
That's my
Look
feelings.
at John Mayer, Georgia.
Why Georgia?
Why Georgia?
Yeah, Georgia.
Why Georgia?
Georgia is just Ray Charles.
Okay. Keep an eye on your thumb, not going to that fret as much.
Because it naturally goes crooked.
Yeah, so do you keep it straighter?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't even remember. No.
No, yours is curved also. But not as much as mine. See, I've always like tried to cheat all that type of stuff. So let me see that again. So anytime I've had a song that's like that, I ended up trying to find a way. Like I've tried to find, like throw another finger there rather than using my thumb.
Right.
And I watched somebody else play, and like they're using their thumb for this, and like they'll switch down to like, you know, whatever they've got going on. And they're using their thumb for all this stuff, and I'm thinking, oh, those cheaters.
You're just jealous.
Well, now I am, because I'm like, I should have been working on this the whole time.
Yeah.
I need to be adding my thumb in more.
Let me see the guitar real quick. So we were talking about Mike Campbell and how he's playing slide. What threw me off, and I know I'm about to hit this table,
It's okay.
but is he had his thumb out here, and he's playing slide like this. And I was like, that's ingenious. Because you can totally deaden the string here and use the slide. Now, I've never tried that.
Yeah.
But I plan to.
Some people also will fret behind their slide.
Right.
To
To get different notes.
Which is crazy to start thinking about.
It's not cool. Or it's
not,
it is cool. It's not crazy.
Well, it's not crazy, but it seems, because I'm not a slide player, it seems like you're elevating the difficulty in guitar.
Oh, for sure. Because, so the weird thing is when you have that slide and you're fretting here, but then you're also playing notes here, like,
yeah.
And you're not pressing down on the string, but you're pressing it here, so it's like a mind twister.
Jack Pearson is really famous for playing behind the slide.
Yeah.
So he'll have a slide going. I don't remember if he's third or fourth finger. And then he's playing like a couple notes here. Just great. Anyway, the thumb.
Use it.
Use your thumb.
Yep. And then there'll be Attack of the Thumb Thumbs.
Attack.
Thumb thumbs everywhere.
Yeah, it's your thumbs are
Not just for video games.
nope, or on your phone.
Yeah.
Not scrolling Instagram, looking at pedal boards.
Really important for guitar too. Don't
Okay.
forget about flexing that thumb muscle, if you know what I mean.
Flexing the thumb muscle. Okay.